Hi guys, and welcome back to 721. In this episode, we're going to be taking a look at deepfakes. So let's get into it.
Isn't it a place you can get to by a boat or a train? It's far, far away. Behind the moon. Beyond the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow. Way up high. There's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, boobies fly. Boobs fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I?
I think that's probably the best acting I've ever seen from Arnold there. Let off some steam, Bennett. Yeah, that was awesome. That's a great start. Let's get into the next one. I've seen this. This is the new software from Microsoft. It's called VASA. And apparently it takes one image and a sound clip. And it can do some crazy, amazing, realistic stuff. Check out this.
I'm a paparazzi. I don't play no Yahtzee. I go pop, 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 pop. My camera's up your crotch. See, I tell the truth from what I see and sell it to Perez Hilton. Don't call me scuzzy, making money. That's my job, celeb photography. What? Hell no, I'm not needy. I'm legit, not stockerazzi. Don't act so hotsy-totsy, bitch. I know that you from Jersey.
That's awesome. You should check it next to the actual footage of Anne Hathaway from Conan. We'll put the two together and you can see just how cool it is.
I've heard that you occasionally, like all of us, you get frustrated, you get angry about something that's happened to you either at work or in your private life, and you like to vent it through songwriting, is that right?
With all the stuff that's been going on with Batman, the paparazzi attention's been a little intense, so I actually wrote a rap song about it. It's in the style of Lil Wayne.
Okay.
And
Yo, I'm a paparazzi. I don't play no Yahtzee. I go pop, 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 pop. My camera's up your crotch. See, I tell the truth from what I see and sell it to Perez Hilton. Don't call me scuzzy, making money. That's my job, celeb photography. What? Hell no, I'm not needy. I'm legit, not stockerazzi. Don't act so hotsy-totsy, bitch. I know that you from Jersey. Pop, 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 pop. Scream all you want, won't make me stop. Pop, 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 pop. I know you love to feel my top.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's so good. So that's VASA, and I believe Alibaba has released some software too that does a very similar thing, where it's kind of like one image and a sound bite, and it can create this very kind of realistic looking effect, whether it's with a photograph or some illustrations. So let's just take a quick check over some of the other stuff from VASA and maybe something from Alibaba too.
We introduce VASA, a framework for generating lifelike talking faces with appealing visual effective skills, given a single static image and a speech audio clip. Our model is capable of not only producing lip movements that are exquisitely synchronized with the audio, but also capturing a large spectrum of facial nuances and natural head motions that contribute to the perception of authenticity and liveliness. The core innovations include a holistic facial dynamics and head movement generation model that works in a face latent space, and the development of such an expressive and disentangled face latent space using videos.
That was cool. But it kind of gave me that uncanny valley, the thing where you can see, you're associating it's not real and it's generated, so it makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable. It was out of sync. It didn't seem genuine. The facial expressions did not seem to match the voice, but I have seen better. It might just be that one. Let's give it another chance and check out some more.
When I was a kid, I feel like you heard the term, don't cry. You don't need to cry. Crying is the most beautiful thing you can do. I encourage people to cry. I cry all the time, and I think it's the most healthy expression of how you're feeling, and I sometimes wish
すべての存在は 滅びるようにデザインされている。生と死を繰り返す螺旋に、私たちは囚われ続けている。
You have done nothing but tell me how bored you were. I was the chore, the job you didn't want to do. To me, you were everything.
Wow, that was Emo from Alibaba, and I'm not sure if it was just the examples, but those ones seemed better to me. They seemed to be more in sync with the emotions, like the intensity of the eyebrows and the blinking and the intonation seemed a bit better. But let's just check out a little bit more. Both crazy good. It's like insane, isn't it? That's just from one photograph and an uploaded sound clip or whatever. You can see how people are going to use this for naughty stuff. 100%. There's no way people won't use it for naughty stuff. Let's check out some more.
You never tell me that you love me. Oh, what a mess of me you've made.
大哥今天请我来，可能不光是喝喝酒、吃吃饭，肯定有事儿。有什么话您就直说。那么华强能办呢，肯定给你办；不能办呢，大哥也能体谅我的苦衷。
It actually looks more convincing on the illustrations. For me, it looks more convincing on the illustrations than it does on the photography version. I know that not everybody is affected by Uncanny Valley, or it's worse on some people than others. I might just be one of those people that it affects more because it freaks me out. If I've seen it in what's that film with Robert De Niro recently and Al Pacino where they was it Al Pacino? Whatever, where they tried to be kind of like the young versions of themselves in a gangster movie. I couldn't watch it. It just looked, it was just so unrealistic and it just made me feel so weird watching it. Let's pop on to something else that I found, which is movie stars playing roles of other movie stars, which I thought was pretty good fun. Let's check it out.
Mr.
Bond. James Bond.
No.
C'est suivi, monsieur.
Looks like you're out to get me.
It's an idea at that.
Does toppling mean anything to you?
A little. It's throwing the gyroscopic controls of a guided missile off balance with a...
Hold on a minute. Surely there must be some mistake. This is awesome. Let's carry on.
Make Hululu underneath the mango.
Underneath the mango tree, my honey and me.
Who is that?
That's amazing. It makes me want to watch a Sean Connery James Bond movie. He is my favorite. Daniel Craig did a good version of James Bond, but it was almost like a modern version of a Sean Connery. Let's check out some other actors here and see what roles that they went into.
Control. You must bring control.
I saw a city in the clouds.
Friends you have there.
They were in pain.
It is the future you see.
Future? Will they die?
Difficult to see. Always in motion is the future.
I've got to go to them.
Decide you must. How to serve them best. If you leave now, help them you could, but you will destroy all for which they have fought and suffered.
That one worked well, didn't it? Brad Pitt made a good Luke Skywalker. Let's check out another one on Conan, or Conan's show, with Bill Hader. If you know who Bill Hader is, he's a comedian. This is actually quite old, but it's another Arnold Schwarzenegger one, so should be good fun. Let's check it out.
You've been over, visited me. I know your kids. Is this being passed on?
Yes. Our 2-year-old right now, I'll say, how old are you? And she goes, I'm 4.5.
Whoa.
Which is her older sister's 4.5. And I go, no, you're not 4.5. And then she grabs my face and goes, 4.5.
That was also kind of a Schwarzenegger a little bit.
Yeah. I'm 4.5, father. You got to get out of here. Get out of this. The bomb in there. Get out. Dad, come on. You got to go. I need to pull up on now. And we're going to watch Peppa Pig. Come on.
I love Schwarzenegger as a baby. Yeah. This is so much fun.
I want to watch Doc McStuffins. And then I need my yogurt. Come on. I threw up. I need Pedialyte.
That's great. I can only think of him that way now.
This baby with his head just running around.
He's got to have the same head that he has now, but with the little baby's body in a diaper.
Yeah.
But a cigar.
Yeah, but a cigar going, get in here, come on. Change this. We got to go. Got to go. The state of California. California.
What kind? I'm just curious. Were you? I'm trying to fix. Now you can't stop.
No, I can't stop. Sorry. This is, yeah.
You've got to do something more with him as a baby. I don't know if it's been done, but it's just so. No, I'm saying you've got to produce this. You've got to make a cartoon where he's a baby.
Yeah,
that's the only way I want to see him from now on.
Yeah. You're going to see that billboard while you're driving down Sunset, like Schwarzenegger baby.
Yeah.
Come on.
I would watch every second of that 50 times.
I was a PA on an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie called Collateral Damage, and all right. One person's like, hey. No, and that was the big line in that movie was, open up the door, there's a bomb in there. The first time I met him, I go, he comes up to me and he had a cigar in his mouth and he goes, what is Jeff and Peter? That's his hair and makeup guys.
Yeah.
And I go, I don't know, I'll find them. And he goes, find them, show me your leadership capabilities.
I love when you hear a story like that because you know it's exactly true.
Yeah. Just like, show me your leadership capabilities. I was like, they're right there. There they are. They're sitting in little director chairs over there.
Oh, my God. I'd like to do this for 4 more hours.
That was hilarious. It was just so funny. I loved the way that it was actually a bit freaky. The way that the Arnold face kind of like bled in and you had to kind of like pay attention. It's weird how that kind of just bled in so naturally, and it was almost like a change of expression rather than a change of face. It was a bit weird. The next one is what I think is the best deep fake I've ever seen, and it's been going on for a while. Let's check this out. Like, it's the most convincing deep fake that I've seen.
You know, I do all my own stunts, obviously. I also do my own music. I've got a sweet spot for a couple of artists, and people are surprised that I'm a big Dave Matthews guy. Sings like an angel. You got your ball, you got your own chain, right tight to me, tight, tightly, yeah, again, ooh. Of course, I don't sing as good as him, but I could probably beat him up in a fight.
So this guy's got a whole TikTok channel, Deepfake Tom Cruise or whatever it is, and it's insanely good. The guy actually looks like him. If you actually see, he actually looks like him, and he couldn't kind of start off in his acting career because he looks like him. So he ended up doing deep fakes of him. Let's check out another one of those because these are amazing.
Paris, I don't want to be late to this premiere. We gotta go.
You should always run fashionably late. It's your night.
You're so absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
How do I look? Am I all prim ready to go?
Let's check it out. Looking very sharp, Mr. Cruise.
I think we're really gonna wow the world.
You think people are really gonna believe that we're a couple?
I think most people will believe anything.
Story of my life.
All right, now we're gonna skydive into this thing. You ready?
I do my own stunts.
Just after a long day, cereal hits the spot.
It really does. That's hot.
But it's not hot. It's like cold cereal, like oatmeal. This is just, you add water in it.
If this was hot, it would be scary.
That's funny, but at the same time, that's scary. I mean, because that shows you can put anybody in any situation. I would imagine that it's already been used for that, but it's going to be used for that in the future for, nefarious purposes, up to no good. I know by governments, by a lot of unscrupulous kind of people. You can see the fun side where it's going to be like on filters on TikTok and Instagram and things like that. But the better this gets, the more trouble people can be in, placed at the wrong time or just places that they weren't, and then they would have to dig themselves out of that hole and prove that they weren't there. Let's check out an interview with this guy, and I think they talk about some of the similar things.
What's up, TikTok? All year long, DeepTomCruise has been posting videos showing what appears to be a different side of the Oscar-nominated actor.
I think there's bubblegum inside this.
People are surprised that I'm a big Dave Matthews guy.
But believe it or not, that's most definitely not Tom Cruise. Nor is this with me in our LA bureau.
This is serious breaking news, but a little behind the scenes, a little flavor. I'm with one of the most legitimate correspondents on Earth. Now, if you're interviewing me, Jacob, you face it. Hold on just a second. There's a big fire. We're safe.
You are Deepfake Tom Cruise.
That's me. That's me.
Miles Fisher may have an uncanny resemblance to the superstar, but using advanced technology, what he's created is far more than an extraordinary impersonation.
Have you guys created the best deepfake that has ever been made?
I think we have created the first deepfake that's so realistic that a large majority of people have seen.
Not only seen, but fooled by, including at least one of the world's biggest celebrities.
This is the one that Justin Bieber thought was real.
Fisher says looking and sounding like the leading man made it difficult to chart his own path as an actor. So a year ago, he decided to lean into it, stumbling into a role with repercussions far beyond Hollywood.
As I find myself the unofficial face of this deepfake movement, it's important to learn. And I'm fascinated by this. This is the bleeding edge of technology.
It started when Fisher contacted Belgian visual effects wizard Chris Ume. They began creating viral videos for fun, and they're only getting better.
Still got it.
About 5 days, maximum 6 days, I could turn around something like this.
So you've gone from weeks to days in a matter of a year. This technology is advancing that rapidly.
Yeah.
For his part, the real Tom Cruise hasn't asked the duo to stop, and they haven't monetized the TikTok account. Cruise didn't respond to a request for comment from NBC News, but their work so successful, Fisher and Ume's company, Metaphysic, is now in business together. Looking to convince others it's worth paying for this technology.
How can we use this technology by creating kind of identity rights? Let's say Tom Cruise gave us the consent for this likeness, where we could move beyond just small parody clips. Everybody gets paid for that intellectual property.
That does raise ethical questions about where you fit in all this.
The thesis of this company that Chris started begins with ethics.
They say they'll only take on projects they consider ethical. But some worry leaving companies and individuals to make that decision could be a dangerous precedent. Congress has held hearings on deepfakes and AI, and the FBI tells NBC News they're following the rapidly developing technology closely, saying we'll continue to investigate any violations of federal law and actors that may use them for nefarious acts.
Should we understand it as a potential threat to our democracy?
I think the technology is morally neutral. As it develops, the positive output will so far outweigh the negative, nefarious uses.
If you like what you're seeing, just wait till what's coming next.
And there is more coming next. Ume, Fisher's partner, says that it is Fisher's talent, and he is so talented, combined with that AI, that makes this possible. But the technology is quickly catching up. They're both well aware that they are in uncharted territory. And at least one government, you guys, has reached out to Chris Ume to learn more about this technology, which raises so many questions.
It does, and it's just mind-blowing to see how similar it is. Is there a way to know when this is fake and to tell when it's fake from reality?
The short answer is not really. There are companies that are building tools to try to detect this technology, but there are even people who knew Tom Cruise, have met Tom Cruise, who reached out to me after I shared that video on Instagram, after they posted on TikTok, and said, "Oh, Tom's a great guy, isn't he?"
Oh, my God.
It was the first thing I asked you when I saw you this week, as I had seen that online. This guy does it for entertainment, but the risk is if someone does it to compromise some professional actor or politician.
And you guys will relate to this. There were hearings. Adam Schiff held hearings on the Hill about this in Washington, D.C., about the effect potentially on election interference, on our democracy, you know, as an entity. What could possibly happen if this gets into the wrong hands? And I don't think anybody has the answer to that quite yet.
Yeah, and Ume is such a good actor. He could impersonate Tom Cruise without the deepfake. But
it's really extraordinary.
Mind-blowing. Yep. Yeah, great interview, Jake.
Thank you, guys.
You're taking somebody else's likeness and you're posting it on yourself. That's not morally neutral, is it? That's not cool, basically. So Tom Cruise is being cool about it, but it's not actually cool. And then, you know, to say that, you know, we could take that as a property and all make money from it, that's that's not cool as well. I mean, if someone was to steal my face for any reason and start posting it on themselves and doing, you know, a deep fake impression of me, I would not be happy. Now, if they just want to dress up like me, have a beard and, you know, talk how I talk, that's fine. I don't care. But when you take it that step further, and then, you know, government saying, you know, they'll look into it further when something happens, it's probably because they're already looking into it and having that themselves. You know, there's a lot of governments that have been tracking facial recognition and software and stuff for a long time. So the conversation about the positive benefits outweighing the nefarious uses, that's BS as well. You only take one person to be wrongly convicted of a crime because of that software. It doesn't matter how many people use it as a fun filter or on Instagram. That one person has, you know, had something taken away from them, which is not morally neutral, is it? That's kind of, you know, not cool. So yeah, it is fun. It is funny to watch, but the implications of where that's going are not good at all. And you can only see that there's people going to be set up in future, already maybe have been set up. You have no idea. Hilarious. And he is definitely the best deep fake that I've seen. And he does actually look like Tom Cruise. So, you know, he pulls it off on the voice and the acting as well. So props to him on that front. But yeah, that was a bit of fun this time around, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I do appreciate it. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.